Hey everyone. Hey, I wanted to quickly share with you the top 4 health products which has made a huge difference for the clients that I work with. Now this isn't rocket science, but it's actually pretty easy science. So I'll spare you the boring science, but if you love published research, just ask me for those details. So instead of science class, I like to keep things fun, and let's do a game called Raise Your Hand If. Okay, so raise your hand if you know the latest CDC recommendations on how many cups of fruits and veggies we should eat every day to avoid disease. Okay, raise your hand if you think it's 3 to 5. How about 5 to 7? Or is it 7 to 13 cups? Yes, you're right, 7 to 13. So that's a crazy amount. And some of the factors are soil depletion, plant hybridization, picked to green. So sadly, our produce only has a fraction of the goodness it once contained just a few generations ago. And consequently, disease is rampant these days because, get this, 70 to 90% of adults don't eat enough veggies or omegas to maintain health. And this gives disease an easy foothold. So this packet of Lifelong Vitality Supplement Trio, we call it LLV for short, it has the equivalent of the required 13 cups of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that fight free radicals, oxidation, and accelerated aging. It's sourced from whole foods, not synthetically made in a laboratory. And our daughter loves these little grab-and-go packets, but they also come in a package of 3 bottles. So if you're wanting some really good health insurance instead of disease management as usual, you'll want LLV, because I LLV you, and that's exactly what I say to my husband when I give him his LLV. So next up is protein. So raise your hand if you know how many grams of protein you need daily. And this varies by age, weight, gender, obviously. My number is around 50 grams. So 1 scoop of this protein gives me nearly half of my daily protein, which is super important because protein builds muscle, which burns fat. It manages appetite, provides for energy, and it's the building blocks for new tissues and cells. Super important for a healthy immune system these days too. But not all whey protein is created equal. Whey protein, this is whey protein from grass-fed cows. It's non-GMO, free from soy and gluten, 0 synthetics. But the best thing is it tastes delicious. So when I don't feel like cooking up a serving of protein like eggs or meat, this is a healthy and affordable option. Okay, so next up is fiber. Now raise your hand if you know how much fiber you need, and that's super vital to weight management and for gut health. And I'm sure you want to know exactly how it is, but I'm oversimplifying obviously, but the gist is that fiber feeds our good bacteria so that they can produce short-chain fatty acids, which in turn turn down the appetite center in our brain, as well as increase leptin, which is the hormone that tells us we're full. Fiber also binds with fat and glucose, and it just escorts those right out the digestive tract. So instead of absorbing those calories, we flush them literally. And 30 to 35 grams is a recommended daily recommendation. But raise your hand if you know how many grams we normally eat. It's super shocking, but less than 3% of Americans even eat the minimum of 30 grams. So the other 97% of us are not even getting nearly enough what we need for gut health and weight management. But fiber is also so important to control many other things like diabetes, cholesterol, colon cancer, and heart disease. So the last thing I want to say about fiber is that psyllium powder, like a Metamucil and many of the other lower quality brands, they don't really support those benefits of gut health and appetite suppressant and all of those things. Many brands just bulk up your stool, but they don't actually feed the gut bacteria. What our beneficial gut bacteria really needs is soluble, fermentable fiber from whole food sources like apple, chicory root, Jerusalem artichoke, and flaxseed. So it's not a coincidence that doTERRA used these ingredients to formulate their fiber. Okay, to wrap up, I saved talking about greens for last because I think it's pretty obvious what the benefits of greens are, right? But let's do one more round of raise your hand if. So I'm going to read through the long list of superfood ingredients as fast as I can, and you guys raise your hand as fast as you can if you eat that particular ingredient even once a week, okay? So here goes. Kale leaf, alfalfa leaf, wheatgrass, dandelion leaf, spinach leaf, parsley leaf, oatgrass, barley grass, broccoli, cabbage, collard greens, moringa, noni, acai, mangosteen, goji, pineapple, mango, guava, acerola cherry, lemon essential oil, and ginger essential oil. Phew. So that was fun. So anyway, in closing, not only is the greens powder a huge benefit with all those superfoods, but honestly, it's my favorite tasting of the 3 powders. So I just mix it all up in whatever I'm fixing because I'm a huge fan of easy. So I mostly just put a scoop of all 3 of those powders in a cup of cold water, whisk it up, and enjoy. So thanks for joining me on your health journey, and reach out if you'd like a sample of any of these. Thanks.